It's not just my own personal experiences of going out and getting those weird stares from people or microaggressions, those slight comments that they make at work. My family still lives in rural Georgia. I wonder about them now. Are they safe just going to the grocery store? Are they going to be safe going to the bank now? Are they going to experience some sort of acts of violence? And it's really hard to think about all of that. Now that I have your attention, I'd like you to know. I am a proud Asian American. I am not a virus. I am not a stereotype. And I am not a single word. My name is Samuel Kim. I am an assistant professor of psychology at Texas Woman's University. When COVID hit us, it was something that we've never experienced before. And when we as a group of people or a society want to blame someone or something, and so attacking Asians or blaming Asians, I think was a reaction to that fear of the unknown. I was born and raised in rural Georgia. I remember one day my elementary school teacher asked all the white students to stand up so that he could count. And I remember looking down at my hands and thinking, it looks white, right? And he got to me in the counting and stopped and said, no, you're purple or something, sit down. And I remember in that moment, I really sat back and thought, oh my gosh, what am I? I've had colleagues who've asked me to come by their office to help them send an email. And I can't help but wonder, was I asked this because they thought I was good with computers or because they just assumed that all Asians are really good with computers? And so most of the experiences are like that, where I can't pinpoint and say, it's like, oh, because of my race, they treated me this way. It's a lot of experiences where I have to stop and think about it. I think my experience as an Asian American is, some parts of it are not that different from what other minority ethnic groups in the US experience. You're seen as different, you look different, you're treated differently. One of the stereotypes that I grew up with is, oh, you're Asian, so you must be good at math. I was not good at math. Let me tell you, I could write a killer essay, but I was not good at math. And I don't recall ever asking to be in an advanced math course, but I found myself in an AP calculus class where I barely understood what was going on. That wasn't as bad as the students around me wanting to compare scores with me. It's like, oh, I did better than Sam. It's like, I did better. What the undertext of that was, I did better than the Asian. I think one area for Asian Americans that people often refer to is that model minority myth. And it's the idea, it's like, well, the racism you experience is good. So in addition to the attacks that people get, the racial slurs that they hear, I think getting even the positive kinds of racism are still very, very hurtful. I don't like seeing people hurting. I have been very discouraged throughout this past year, but I still believe there's hope. There's always going to be helpers and people doing good out there. When people say this is a time to come together, it's not just a time to come together for action. Now is the time to stand up and support and love one another.